Airsoft GI would like to thank our sponsors.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at GamePod Combat Zone. I'm at the intersection of 1st and D Street here inside the field. And just to give you an idea of how big this place is, you know, the average human being walks at about 2.2 miles an hour. And I've been talking with you for, I don't know, a couple seconds now. And I've only made it to C Street from D Street. I'm still on 1st going this way. There's streets inside this city, inside this building. So this is the largest indoor field that I've ever been to. It's probably one of the largest, if not the largest airsoft field in the world. And it's gonna take us a little while to get around this whole place to show you what TvB5 is gonna be like. So let's get started right now. We are here at the air traffic control tower, and the reason there's an air traffic control tower at this field is because of all the air traffic of planes flying around indoors, obviously. This is a 1-to-1 scale of a 737, which is super duper cool, and they've even got the terminal and the airport to boot. This really does replicate an awesome part of a place you don't really get to play airsoft at. I mean, you don't bring guns to an airport, right? You can't play airsoft there, but you can at GamePod Combat Zone. Now, the way the GamePod Combat Zone is set up, it's like a grid. We've got streets 1, 2, 3, and 4, streets A, B, C, and D, and obviously there's buildings all over the place because it's set up to be like a city street. Now, one of the unique things about this field, in addition to obviously the airplane, which is super cool, is the fact that the lighting is different everywhere you go. Within the same building, you will have different lighting scenarios where you can be in a room like this one that's really well lit, but go right down the hallway and be in a room that is much darker. That's really gonna change the gameplay up. That's really gonna affect your strategy, and it should definitely affect what type of accessories and stuff that you bring to the field to help you play. All right, we are here at the gas station, which is right between 2nd and 3rd Street and B and C Street. This is basically a wide open part of the field, right in the center of it. I can really foresee this area being a dead man zone. That is until, of course, the Timpire take control of the buildings and start whooping ass all the way through here. But it's gonna take some really good and coordinated teamwork to be able to move up through this open area. You gotta clear these buildings out first, because if you're planning on running and gunning kamikaze like through here, you're definitely gonna get shot. All right, obviously these buildings would not be complete if they were just empty. We are inside the bar, which is next to the gas station. We've got our US Coast Guard surfboard up here. This is a functional bar, you know, this is the bar area. The pool table's gonna go over there once they find it. But you know, we're not just talking about empty buildings here. GamePod has done a great job decorating each building to make it unique. Everything has its own characteristics, and depending on where it's placed in the field and what window you're shooting out of could make the difference between your team advancing or not going anywhere. Let's go to the schoolyard. All right, here we are at the schoolyard. We've got our full court hoops set up here. This is probably the school area where the classroom is. Again, just to give you an idea of the scope of how large this field is, there's a hoop on the airsoft field. You can hoop while you shoot. We've obviously gone through a lot of areas of the field. Let's bring Craig Levy in, who is the owner-operator, to give us a little bit of insight about what he plans to do for the future of this place. All right, we are here with Craig, the owner-operator of Combat Zone. Thanks for inviting us down, Craig.
Thanks for coming out.
We've taken a quick look at some of the cool buildings and cool points of interest on your field here. But obviously you guys just started up recently and you have some big plans for the future. So shed some light on that for us.
Yeah, we actually just opened up here in March, so it's still a pretty new field. We've got a lot of planned additions coming. We're going to be adding some second stories to some of the buildings out here to kind of enhance the gameplay. By the time August comes around, we're going to have a lot more vehicles in the streets to offer more cover for the players. We're going to change up some of the windows to make it a little bit more challenging out on the field. Lots of good stuff coming, and we've got a lot of additions planned over the next year or two. So it's going to really just kind of start to take off and advance a lot. We originally laid the facility out strictly for law enforcement for Monday through Fridays, and then side benefit is, since we all like to play Airsoft here, we get to have the Airsoft games on the weekend. So we kind of tweaked the layout a little bit to kind of get us a good balance of both for law enforcement and for the civilians that come in on the weekend, and it's really been a huge hit with the players.
One of my favorite places on this field, because I've never seen it before anywhere else, is your 737 in the back corner. So tell us why'd you put a plane in here? I mean, obviously it's really cool, but what was the mindset behind that?
The whole mindset was we hadn't seen a field anywhere so far that had an airplane fuselage on it, and it was kind of one of those things that we always had in the back of our mind when we were planning the place that, hey, let's put an airplane in there. So we actually ended up scratch building that, and that also allowed us to put in the airport and the control tower, just a really good fit. So we just kind of just wanted to do it just to be different. We don't want to mimic all the other fields that are out there. We kind of want to go our own way and do our own thing. So that's really the spirit of it.
That is perfect, Craig. I am really excited for TvB5, and I'm also really excited to see where GamePod is going to go in the future. Thanks for inviting us out here.
Thank you guys for coming out.